Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Camilla and you're watching Camilla's Yoga. Today I'm going to go through downward facing dog and how to do it correctly. When I teach, I see a lot of people doing it with the wrong technique, and most of the time it's not something that could directly injure you, but it's preventing your practice to move forward. So the downward facing dog is ideally an upside down V shape. So you want to place your hands down and your feet down, and your tailbone is coming up and your bum is right at the top there, and you are an upside down V. What many people struggle with is keeping the feet flat on the ground with straight legs. So what they do in order to achieve this is that they round their upper body. So it's going to look something a little like this. Now, in your downward facing dog, the most important thing is actually not keeping your legs straight and your heels on the ground. What we want to achieve first is actually a straight upper body. So I would like your heels to be off the ground, your knees to be bent, and thinking about pulling your chest through your shoulders here. So your chest wants to come out on the other side, as if your head kind of want to move out here, but your chest wants to come with it. I like to say that it kind of is similar to arching your spine, because when you sort of arch your bottom spine here, you are actually lifting your tailbone higher. Now, for some quite flexible people, you're not going to want to arch your spine because it kind of creates an opposite direction in your upper body, but this is just a case for some people, not for the general public. So I like to say that you want to keep a straight line from your wrists to your tailbone. So your tailbone is going to be what is the highest point in your body. And then from there, you want to see if you can start lowering the heels down and straightening out the legs. Another thing is the shoulders. So downward facing dog is an active position. You spread your fingers wide, this is important, and you either place your index finger to the front of the mat or your middle finger. It depends a little bit of the anatomy of your arms, but your shoulders wants to be engaged. And you press this part of your palm, so the bottom of your palm, into the floor and engage your shoulders. So whenever we have the arms above our head and we are upside down, we actually want to lift the shoulders slightly to the ears. This is only when our head is in the floor. So I usually say that if your arms come up, your shoulders go down. But if you are upside down and your arms are above or below your head, you actually want to engage your shoulders slightly. Now, you don't want to do like this. You don't want to stress them. It's a small activation so that you activate your shoulder blades, because otherwise you're going to hang in your shoulder joint and it actually sends a bad sort of ripple through your arm. So instead of using your shoulder muscle here, you're actually hanging in the joints all the way down. So, recap. Hands are shoulder width apart. Spread the fingers wide and see if it feels better for you to keep your middle finger or your index finger to the front of the mat. Then you come up and you see, okay, let's check here. So arms are shoulder width, my upper body is straight, my shoulders are activated, and then I move them down. Now they don't have to come all the way down, maybe they do, but this movement with the legs shouldn't affect the movement in the upper body. So this movement here shouldn't cause this. Yeah, we see the difference? So here, I'm steady in my upper body, and here, I'm not. That was actually hard to do. Yeah. So, that's it. Last little bit. Let's talk about hip width apart. When we talk about hip width apart, we're talking about this, the femur bone, the thigh bone, coming all the way into its socket in our hips. Now it's true that this is often described as our hips because this is what creates that shape, and we talk about the hips out here. But when we talk about hip width apart, this is not what we want, because now my knees are further out than my hips. We want this, a straight line from your knee through your bone straight into its socket. That's hip width apart. And this is the distance you want between your legs while you're in downward facing dog. Last round. Shoulder width apart. Find your fingers to the front. Spread your fingers wide. Coming up. Straight upper body. Engaging your shoulders, tailbone to the sky. And then feet down. And that was it for my downward facing dog tutorial. This is such a basic position, but it's so important. There is a reason why it's a basic. It's a reason why this position is so massively used throughout the practice of yoga. And when I hear people talking about wrist pain, unless you've had an injury or a surgery or something like this in your wrist, doing this technique right is actually going to help you prevent feeling it in your wrists, because most of the things that we do using our arms, like on the arms, shouldn't be felt in the wrist, because our shoulders should be doing the job. But when the technique is wrong, we are not actually building the strength that we need to move forward because we're doing it wrong. So check yourself in the mirror, and maybe you get someone to film you doing this position, and then you move your practice forward. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. We know it helps, and it doesn't cost anything. It's free. So subscribe, give me a thumbs up. If you want a tutorial on any other position, please feel free to share it with me in the comments below. Otherwise, see you next time.